PWCC is a great way to sell your sports cards. If you're looking for a way to support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, consider using the promo code Cajun, all caps, CAJUN, when you're selling your cards on the PWCC marketplace. All right, guys, here we go. Mail day number 118. You're probably getting this on a Saturday or a Sunday, so I hope you're having a great weekend. 12 cards, 10 Jordan cards, 2 soccer set chase pieces, so I'm getting closer, so all of you people that love watching my channel for the basketball card content can finally be at peace and stop having to look at soccer cards. But we'll start with the 2 soccer cards and get those out of the way. And by the way, yes, I am still fighting this damn cough from when my whole family got the flu. So, 2014 Prizm World Cup signatures. You know the set. I started with PSA 10 or bust. I realized that's going to be really tough. So I'm using PSA 9s and even some PSA 8s and some gap fillers. Marco van Basten was a monster for the Netherlands, probably in their greatest 11 that you could possibly assemble. Correct me if I'm wrong. If there's a Nederlander out there watching the channel who disagrees with me, and somebody from that country that has like 7 different names, Dutch, Dutch people, the Netherlands, I don't know, there's a million names for the country. PSA Pop 7, there's 7 graded higher. Next is a un Mexicano, Hugo Sanchez, another legend from the country just south of the United States, Mexico. The 2014 Prizm World Cup autograph, similar numbers, Pop 6, 4 graded higher. So you guys know the deal. If I can pick up a 9, I'll pick up the 9. The top corners are always the problem on every single one of these cards. I'm not going to take any more time on this. Let's get to the damn Jordan cards because that's what everybody came to see. And let's go. We got 10 in a row. The first one, 1995 Hoops top 10. Hang on. What am I doing here? Here we go. 1995 Hoops top 10. One of those horizontal Jordan inserts. Not difficult pack odds. You will find this card in the Cajun Cardboard Hierarchy Project in Tier 4. I like the card. I like the background. It looks like the surface of a pool, only it's got like an oil slick on top. But if you look real closely, a lot of people miss this. Over here it says NBA Hoops all-time rookie team. Michael Jordan made their all-time rookie team. Can you believe it? What a prestigious, as rich people say, honor. That top 10 rounds out my PSA 8, PSA 10 pairing. As you can see, here we go. There is the PSA 10 top 10, and then of course today I picked up the or in this mail day I picked up the PSA 8, so needed to check that one off the list. Checked off the PSA 8. Similar story, same story, different chapter, same book, different chapter. I forget what they say. The 1997 Stadium Club Hoop Screams. I think I had the 10. I didn't have the 8. I love this card. I really, really like this card. I especially like the back of this card. It's ominous, it's foreboding, it's frightening, but it's still Jordan, so it's great. We've got that pulled up here. This is my 97 Stadium Club Hoop Screams family, PSA 8 to 10 pairing. I have the 8s, I have the 10. The 10's the tough one. Right there is your 10. I got I have a couple of PSA 8s, believe it or not. So PSA 10 in the books, old label PSA 10 there, and then I've got PSA 8 copy 1, PSA 8 copy 2, and yes, if you're looking at it, no, nobody can tell the difference between the 8 and the 10. That's just the way it is. So get used to it. If you watch my PSA grade reveal videos, I go through it every time. The 8s and the 10s, they're very difficult to tell the difference between the two. I guess if you have a microscope and you're really select, you can tell. 95 Stadium Club Rain Men. This is a tough card to find on a PSA 10. I'm not sure what the pop is, but the pop is tough. I think I got a couple copies of this card in a PSA 8. I like this card as well. Another card you'll find in Tier 4, the MJ Hierarchy Project. Really good looking card. Does not get a lot of attention, but it's a it's a pretty valuable card in PSA 10, to be quite honest with you. So that's the 3rd Jordan card and the 5th card overall. What else is next? Edition Swish. There's a couple edition swishes out there. This is the 1997 Hoops Dish and Swish. I do not have this card in a PSA 10. I needed the PSA 8. You guys know how I do it. Highs and lows, high-end collection. low-end Yeoman's blue collar collection. This one checks a lot of the boxes that a PSA 8 will have, which is a little bit of slightly worn edges and or corners, specifically on the back of the card. Top right corner on the front is not perfect, but that's what PSA 8s are for. Very, very, very inexpensive card. Pretty sure I picked this up in PWCC weekly auction, along with the Rain Men, along with the Hoop Screams, along with the top 10. So that is another PSA 8 pickup for the collection. And then I picked up a Flair Showcase PSA 8. This is a base card. Is that not an absolutely just astonishing, gorgeous base card? And my God, that's a pretty good condition card. There's no coincidence that's the new label. Like, that would have been a PSA 10 20 years ago, but today you get a PSA 8. Congratulations. So I've got a card that looks like a 10, but it's got an 8 slab, so it's worth what an 8's worth, whatever sense that makes. This is the Flair Showcase Row 2, Row 0, Row 1, Row 2. Not an expensive card at all. Next is the Phantomation. This is the 92 Upper Deck Phantomation, card number 506, where Jordan's kind of Agent 23 flying sideways. And there it is. I don't collect cartoon cards. I'm not big on them, but this one does sort of matter. It's from 1992 Upper Deck. This is the PSA 10. I've got the whole fam here. There you go. PSA 10, PSA 8, PSA 8, PSA 8. So plenty of PSA 8s. Those were just little cards that I picked up in another raw collection that I had bought, where I sent those cards in for grading. They came back an 8, and I was like, well, I'm not going to sell it. It's not worth enough to sell it, so I'll just throw them in the vault. So they're sitting in there next to my PSA 10 copy. PSA 10 wasn't too bad, a little over $100, I think, if I recall. I might be wrong on that. It might have been a little bit more than that. I can't remember. But now we're talking about two monsters. I should have said this in the intro, but I didn't. A tier 3 gem copy, and then a very, very big tier 2 Michael Jordan card have been added to the collection. First, the tier 3, it's the 1996 Slam Cam. Remember, there's more than 1 year of Slam Cam. There's 2 years of Slam Cam, which we're about to look at in just a second. I picked this bad boy up on Golden. It is the 1996 Z-Force Slam Cam SC5. It's a Min Gem copy, which you guys know floats my boat. Back of the card right there. Front of the card, really visually appealing card. Could have been argued that the card belongs in tier 2, I guess, but I stuck that bad boy in tier 3 after much deliberation and conversation with some other Jordan collectors out there. Here's what the fam looks like, and I just call it my Slam Cam situation because it's a little bit confusing right now. You know, I'm looking for the 10 and the 8, but here's the deal. So the 96, I have an 8 and a 9.5. I'm fine there. It's a Gem Mint copy and it's a PSA 8. On the 97 Slam Cam, which doesn't get nearly the attention as the 96, I've got a PSA 10, which is super rare card, and then a BGS 9.5, which you guys know is weird, and there's no subs on the card. So I don't know what you guys know how I feel about BGS 9.5s with no subs. I don't really know what I was doing on this. Again, forgive me, I'm losing my breath. I'm just getting over this nasty sickness that me and every damn person in my family had just before Christmas. So I'm having trouble breathing and coughing, and I sound like I've got some kind of horrible Cajun disease, but I don't. So anyway, that's my Slam Cam situation. Happy to pick up the 9.5 from Golden. I do buy off of Golden. You guys know I'm a big PWCC proponent. I love the PWCC Weekly. I really love the PWCC Premier. That's kind of my go-to purchasing platform. Golden and eBay are sort of a distant second, 2A, 2B. But PWCC is kind of where I go because when I buy the card, it's immediately in my vault. Golden has been taking a little bit of time to ship, but I'll be honest with you, some of the cards that I like to buy on PWCC, I'm getting them a little bit cheaper on Golden recently. Let me know in the comments if you're finding the same thing. I know a lot of you guys out there will buy from Heritage, or Robert Edwards, and Alt, or My Slabs, because you're not getting quite as many eyeballs on those as you are on maybe an eBay or a PWCC. So let me know in the comments where you guys pick up your Jordans, your 90s cards, your non-Jordans, your 90s cards, your Anthony Edwards rookie patch autos. Let me know where you guys are doing the majority of your buying. I'm always interested to hear what other people think and what other platforms they like to kind of search on to kind of grow their collection. Anyway, And then next is the biggest card of the mail day, and it's not really close. It's a tier 2, and I'd been putting this one off for a long time. It's the 97 Hoops High Voltage 500. So this one is serial numbered to 500. It's card number 474 out of 500. As you can see, staring you in the face, that's what the back of the card looks like. Electrifying, yes, megawatts worth, at least 5 rings, 9 scoring titles. Well, we're one short on the rings. We're one short on the scoring title because we know he finished with 10 scoring titles. Yes, 10. I know people don't talk about that enough. 10 scoring titles a lot. And, of course, 6 rings. We don't even need to talk about that. But that's the High Voltage 500. I'm happy to have a BGS 9.5 Gem Mint copy of the High Voltage base. PSA 8's sort of a nice sweet spot card. Still a very expensive card. I've got it pulled up. That's the Slam Cam, by the way, which I picked up for a very good price. $31.72 in that golden. This is what I was telling you. The 3 sales before the one I picked up in golden, $35.49, $3,600, $35.60. So it was very consistently a $3,500, $3,600 card. I was happy to get the thing for $31.72. It's a Pop 58 and a BGS 9.5. I know I'm scattershot. Sorry, guys. Combined 75 copies total, gem copies total for the Slam Cam. Only about 400, a shade over 400 ever graded of the Slam Cam. But here's that PSA 8 High Voltage 500. People often talk about the fact that there may not be 500. It may be serial number to 500, but this card more than any other, do people say, yeah, but something's missing here. Something's wrong. I don't think there's 500 of them out there. And here's why. Look, there's only been 96 graded. That doesn't sound right. This card's been pretty damn valuable for a long time. It's a 90s card. It's a serial numbered card. It doesn't look like a base card. I think that there was a mistake in the production amount, and other people will back me up on that. I have no certifiable certain evidence, but when there's 500 of them out there and only 96 have been graded, that doesn't seem right to me. But anyway, you're looking at, there's 4 PSA 10s, there's 3 BGS 9.5s. That's why I had to slum it down here and pick up a PSA 8. I thought I had this card here. Let me show you what I picked mine up at. Here's the last 2 years. This is why I didn't mind going a little bit higher than the last sale. In December 17th, almost exactly a year ago, in 2022, it sold for $8,700. I picked mine up for $8,845. I'm right on the number. I don't really care because the damn card sold over 20,000 at one point, 18,000. So I'm half price discount city down here. I'm happy to pick it up for that price. I think that's a fair price. There's just not a lot of these to go around. You don't see clean copies without refractor lines very often. So that was really my big pickup of the week. Hope you guys like it. I'm really excited. Anytime I can add a tier 2 card to the collection, it gets me a little giddy, a little moist, as I like to say. And then I picked up two base PSA 10s that I really needed, but they're no ordinary base PSA 10s. This 96 Finest Michael Jordan card number 50. Of course, it comes with the coating, but you know I'm going to buy it the way God intended it. So picked up this no coating copy. Great centering. It's the base. Yes, it's the base. Back centering even looks good as well. It's the common. It's card number 50. I don't think it looks like a base card, but it is a base card. What are we doing here? Let me go. There's my family, right? There's my 8-10 pairing. I got 3 8s and 1 PSA 10. Here's the PSA 10 that I just picked up. Here is a PSA 8 with no coating. Okay. And then here is a PSA 8 with coating. And then here is one more PSA 8 without coating. So there you go. So 3 8s and a 10. I think I'll show you. I picked mine up for $276. As I was saying, most common, kind of easy to obtain base Jordan cards from the 90s, like a Hoops or an Upper Deck PSA 10. You're talking about $110 to $145. This one runs you about $276. I reached a little bit. The last 4 sales, $283, $275, $225, and then I reached a little bit and went for the 276, but if you look at the card, there's not that many of them out there. 117 PSA 10s, that's not a lot. A pretty decent gem rate, 20.56%. 569 have been graded, so I don't mind paying a few extra bucks. I probably reached maybe 20, 30, 40, 50, something like that over comps, over the last comp at least. Not a big deal for me. I like that card. I needed it because I have the PSA 8s. Obviously, I needed the PSA 10, so now I got it. And then another one, it's the Ultra All NBA Michael Jordan right here. It's called 1992, card number 4 out of 15. It is an insert card. It is a card you will find in the Michael Jordan hierarchy. It's not the sexiest card in the world. I like the little marble details at the bottom. It's almost hard to make out the name Michael Jordan guard down there in the marble with that gold foil. These were my favorite Jordan shoe colorway of all time. Those shoes right there. I know everybody's like, the ones, the originals, the OGs. People love the 3s, 4s, and 5s. People love the 11s, especially the 11 Concords. The Cherry 11s, whatever. These were my favorite Michael Jordan shoes of all time. That colorway right there, I thought those were just awesome. But anyway, picking up this Ultra All-NBA PSA 10 was a nice pickup. Another card where I had to reach a little bit, and you can see the sales before: 185, 200, 203, 225. The card was moving, right? It was moving upward, up and to the right. And then, of course, Jackass Cajun comes in here and picks it up for $252. Well, it is what it is. You do what you got to do. Again, not that many of these out there. The pop is 203, 20% gem rate, pretty similar to the finest Sterling number 50 that we just looked at. But a little over 1,000 of these graded. Not the rarest insert in the world out there, but just not that many PSA 10s floating around. It was one that I needed. It was one I had to check off the box, so I checked off the box. Back to the list. In summation for our mail day, I'm not sure what's going. Why is my Zoom messed up? Did I do something wrong? Did it fix? I don't know. I'm looking a little blurry right here. So you're just going to have to deal with blurry Cajun for the rest of this thing. The 2 soccer cards that I needed, I think I'm 5 away from that 50 card set. Top 10 needed the 8, got it. Hoop Screams didn't need the 8, but I picked up another copy. Not really sure what I was doing there. I probably wasn't paying attention. Rain Man, I have the 8. I need the 10. If anybody knows where the 10 is, I think the 10's a 4-figure card. It's a big card, believe it or not. Dish and Swish, I don't have the 10. That's a low pop card and 10 as well. Picked up a nice little Flair Showcase base PSA 8. Just doesn't look like a base card, right? Those Flair Showcase cards, regardless of whatever row you're sitting in, look fantastic. The Fanimation, I did need the 10. I had a bunch of 8s, so now I've got the 10-8 pairing complete. High-low pairing for Slam Cam 96 complete. High voltage 500, that's probably the big pickup, right? I like the gem Slam Cam, but that high voltage 500 PSA 8 is the one that I'm really excited about picking up. I needed that. I've had it on my list for a long time, on the radar. And then the 2 PSA 10s at the end, the finest number 50 base card, completing that family PSA 810 pairing. And then the 92 Ultra All NBA PSA 10, which I reached for, admittedly, put that one to bed. That's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoy these mail days. It's all about me. I know that's kind of weird, and but people seem to like these. They learn a lot about them. They kind of figure out and they see why I buy the cards that I buy and how I collect. That's not how everybody's going to collect. Most people are probably looking at the screen saying, what kind of idiot cares about an 8 and a 10 or an 8 and a 9.5? Just pick a grade and collect it, or don't even collect graded cards, period. That's the beauty of collecting Jordan. That's the beauty of collecting cards, period, is I'm not sitting here telling you how to do it. I'm just showing you how I do it. If you guys did a mail day video, it will probably look significantly different. You may collect in a completely different way. So that's what makes this hobby great. Everybody can do it in all kinds of different ways. Some people watch each channel, they don't necessarily collect Jordan. They may collect Jason Kidd cards. They may collect Vince Carter cards. They may collect Kobe cards. So many people who collect Jordan collect Kobe. And this is just one way to collect one particular player from the 90s. But this is the way I do things. Hopefully you're enjoying these mail days. The purpose is for them to be educational and entertaining. If you like the mail days, if you like the channel, if you're looking for a way to support the channel, check out the YouTube description. I've got a PayPal link in there. I don't charge a subscription fee. I don't have a Patreon. I'm not taking YouTube money, so you're not going to see any commercials in the middle of these mail days or any other videos I do on my channel. But one way you can support the channel, which I implore you at least consider, it is all obviously, of course, voluntary. You just click the PayPal link and shoot over a couple bucks if you think that these mail day videos, if you think the PWCC weekly auction recaps every Monday morning are worthwhile, if you think that the cross-country collection is enjoyable, if you like the MJ Hierarchy Project, if you like the old Michael Jordan Explore the Card episodes. If you don't know about those, you need to check out that playlist. If you like that kind of stuff and you think there's value to it, shoot over a dollar amount that you think is a fair amount. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you're having a great weekend. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby. Peace.